Okay, so Dr. Nathaniel Jeanson made another video on the haplogroups of Oceana, or basically the Polynesians, Melanesians, and Micronesians. He covered all of that area basically. Just basically a repeat of the factual information on the various Y chromosomes of the Pacific Islanders and Polynesians, Melanesians, Micronesians, and stuff like that. It wasn't you know a whole lot, just basic covering of the Y haplogroups, and he still didn't mention that he believes that the Asians and the people in Oceana and stuff. He believes that they're Semitic, with the exception, of course, the CY chromosome and the DY chromosome. Hello, Doki. Doki Doki Bible Club. God bless you. So it wasn't, it wasn't a big, informative kind of thing. I mean, especially if you've been listening to me, I've already covered all the haplogroups of all the area, Oceana, including because Dr. Jensen hasn't gotten into the mtDNA yet, which is very interesting in Oceana, because you have the B and the F and the P, which are Middle Eastern Semitic mitochondrial DNA, which means that somebody from the Middle East went into the Pacific Islands, which there is a history of looking for gold in the land of Havilah and stuff like that. People traveling to Sinim, which is China, and apparently the DY chromosome must have traveled to Sinim first, or at least um, with the knowledge, according to the knowledge of the people in the Middle East. That's why they call it the land of Sinim, because Sinim is one of the sons of Canaan who traveled to China. Apparently, they were like the people in Sinai. That's why they're named. That's why Sinai is named Sinai, because of the Canaanites called Sinim that also went to China. Apparently, it's just an idea, just a theory. A lot of people. Not just me. A lot of other people think so as well. You know that and that would be the DY chromosome, which is connected to the EY chromosome, which would be connected to the Canaanites, or could be connected to the Canaanites, the DY chromosome. Whereas the C can't be connected to the E because it's connected to the A and the B, which would be the Cushites. So the C would be Nimrod, the son of Cush. Even though the C and the D are very similar, they're totally separate actually, and they connect to the family tree in different places. The D connects to the E better, and the C connects to the A and B much better. So, so that would fit as D being a descendant of Canaan, which probably be Sinim, the one that went and actually named China Sinim. Sino. That's Sino, Sinai. It's all the same people originally. But then, of course, the O haplogroup moved into China predominantly, which would be the Magog, which went into Asia, all over Asia, but still we have Tibetans and Japanese that have a DY chromosome, and the Mongolians have the CY chromosome. So you have two Hamitic peoples, two different Hamitic tribes, and by the way, the area of Tibet just north of there, of course, would be Mongolia with the CY chromosome. That's the area where they found the Denisovan. In the Denisova cave, they analyzed the DNA and found that the people most related to Denisovans are the people in Papua New Guinea, which are, of course, Japhethite, but then also highly Hamitic as well. So the Denisovan would be a mixture of Japhethite and Hamitic DNA, which more closely resembles people of Papua New Guinea than it does anybody else in the world. But it, of course, resembles people in South Asia and Australia as well, but mostly Papua New Guinea. But it was, yeah, another explanation of Dr. Jeanson, but he didn't say that he thinks that the Asians are Semitic. But he did go into the C and the D that it's Hamitic, and that would be the reason that a lot of the Pacific Islanders, especially the southern South Asia and the like, they're darker in complexion because of the Hamitic influence of the C and the D, especially the D in the area. Which so, of course, being tropical, they would maintain the melanin in their skin that rather than lose it. So that would be the reason why a lot of Indians are darker, and Philip, the various Philippine populations are darker, and Papua New Guinea they're darker because they're basically still in the tropics. I mean, not the tropics, the equator, basically along the equator, which is that's the reason why they would maintain the melanin in their complexion and stuff. But anyway, that's about it, I guess. He just went through the same thing I've been through many times before, with the exception of the mitochondrial DNA of the B, the P, and the F, which are Middle Eastern Semitic mitochondrial DNA, whereas the rest of it would be Asiatic Japhetic mitochondrial DNA. And it's because of the land of Havilah, the land of gold, that the Bible speaks of, which some people say is the Philippines. And that's, of course, where those mitochondrial DNA haplogroups are found that are Semitic. But interestingly enough, the Y chromosome of those populations that went to the land of Havilah are no longer existent in Oceana because they were they were killed, didn't survive by by other tribes or whatever in the area. But the B and the F and the P related mtDNA did survive, of course. But the B is interesting because the B found its way all the way through the Pacific, all the way to America. So the B is also found in America. So when they went to name the mitochondrial DNA in America, they started with America and they labeled it A, B, C, and D. The A is the Asiatic Semitic lineage of Madai, which is the Q that went into America. The B is the Middle Eastern Semitic mitochondrial lineage. The C and the D are Asiatic Japhetic mitochondrial DNA lineages. But it's interesting how they labeled in America A, B, C, and D, and they're totally separate lineages, except for the C and the D, which is Japhetic. But anyway, it's interesting study. But he didn't go into it too much. He just went through the various facts, and it was another basically not very shocking findings or anything of that sort or anything. But I'm still trying to get him to get away from the idea that K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, and T are Semitic. He thinks they're Semitic. How can you have that many haplogroups being Semitic totally outside of the Middle East? That just makes no sense at all. But anyways, that's just my rant. But God bless everybody. Take care. I've been working on my tree house. That's why I didn't make a video. But I'm working on the third story now, going up the third story, and um, I'm about 2/3 finished with the third story. The height is a log cabin, treehouse. But thanks everybody for participating. Thanks Doki Doki Bible Club, and God bless you. And thanks for the support of this channel, this stream, and God bless everybody. Take care. We'll see you in the nearby future.